Hey guys, welcome back. I want to do more work on this Tetris and possibly finish it here tonight. I'm running a little bit behind schedule this week, so I wanted to already have it done, but I just haven't had the chance to get it done. So first thing I want to work on is getting the marquee area together. I cut a piece of plexiglass for it. Hopefully it's not too thick. I have the marquee right here, which we're going to stick this on the back side of the plexiglass. It is printed on translucite, and it has a textured laminate on it, which is fine. That's not going to hurt anything, which actually might work out a little bit better, because with the textured laminate on the front side, when I put it against the back of the plexiglass, it might look a little nicer. So first thing I want to do is put this bottom plate on, which is the speaker. I got my screws right here. And remember I had said that the plastic piece was missing here? This is just dusty right now, I gotta wipe it off. So I had a speaker grill that I just screwed on over top of the speaker. He didn't want me to make a metal piece for under there, so leave it as is. So here's our speaker wire that'll plug in. Drop that in there. And we have our ground wire here. We might as well hook it up. Not really going to do much because we're not using the original power brick or anything like that, but we might as well put the screw into it so it's there. This is always a kind of a pain on a Williams cabinet, this piece. If you guys haven't seen, I did finish the painting on the Stargate cabinet last night. It's sitting in the spray booth. It's ready to go in the house. It's just been raining all day, so I didn't feel like dragging it in with it raining. Not supposed to rain tomorrow, so tomorrow afternoon I'll probably bring it in the house and get it in the basement. Okay, now these two ground straps already have a hole, obviously, because the screw went through it a long time ago. So we're just going to put it right back the way it was, screw it in. Okay, that piece is in. Now we have to put the lower marquee bracket on. Yeah, that plexi is going to fit. It's going to be tight, but it's going to fit. So here's the lower piece. This has a channel in it. And then it has 4 screws that screw in like this. And this holds the bottom of the marquee. You gotta wipe this stuff off, it's all dusty. I'll probably blow the cabinet off real good. I did buy an LED light strip, a 12-inch light strip that we're gonna put in there. It's just gonna be nicer. It'll be kind of worry-free. Not gonna have to worry about changing a starter or the bulb in the future. Should last for a long, long time. We got to put that plate in, which I probably should have put it in before the speaker, now that I'm looking at it. But we'll do what we got to do. And that under there really doesn't look too bad, considering it's missing the grill. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. But you can buy those. I believe Arcade Shop has them. I don't know if they have any in stock. I know they go out of stock quite often. That perforated material, I have some, but the holes are a hair bigger than the factory stuff. And I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where you buy it at. I've looked online, I've spent hours looking online and just cannot seem to find it anywhere. So this plug right here is what your marquee light plugs into. So we are going to get this plate mounted up there. We're gonna mount the new light to the plate. We're gonna splice it into these wires. Yeah, I definitely probably should have put this in first. But we'll get it. I wonder if I should mount the light to it. I think that would probably be the wise choice. So I bought a $10 LED light at Home Depot. It's an under cabinet light. And we're gonna mount it right to this plate. I don't know what color, it's a soft white, that's what it was. Because I was looking at a bunch of different ones. And I wanted the soft white because a lot of times if you use like the daylight bulb or something like that, it kind of washes out the marquee light. It doesn't give the marquee the right kind of glow in my opinion. You want more of a soft white. So, and there's two different settings, low or high, and we're gonna leave it on high because that is a thick, pretty thick marquee. And it has these metal brackets, so we're gonna mount these metal brackets to that bracket and then clip the light into those brackets. And then we're gonna cut this wire here, and we'll use this one. And we'll cut the one end off and we'll splice it into those two wires. And then I have a plug in for that side, and then we're probably gonna have to splice it into a plug and put it into the power strip, because we don't have a power brick in the bottom of the cabinet, so we don't really have any way to provide 120 volts other than plugging it into the power strip that's in the back of the cabinet. So we'll do it that way. But I want to at least have this connector hooked up and the wires going down so that if somebody did turn it back into a Stargate, they could technically leave this light and wire it back into the power brick in the bottom of the cabinet. So, you know, modifying it a little bit, but not totally. Now this was already cut. These wires were already cut on this one, and it just had one single light bulb that was offset. And I don't want to use that because an offset light bulb is going to cast this one side of the marquee lighter than the other. So let's just, gonna kind of just eyeball this in the center. These two holes right here on each side are the same distance. So we're just gonna kind of go right between those two. And they only give you 2 screws, but that's fine. I'm gonna have to get a drill bit and a drill so that we can drill those 2 screws in. Or you know what, maybe I'll grab some self-tappers. I'm gonna have to drill a hole and use the screws that came with. All the self-tappers I have in the shop right now are too big. And I was at Home Depot today and I bought a box of self-tappers because I have to go to that bar job tomorrow and put the brass foot rail on the bottom of the bar. It's on my other channel. I had built a bar with curved corners and a foot rail and everything that I have to put on tomorrow. So I had bought some self-tappers, which are in the van, but the problem is they're too fat as well. I should have bought some thinner ones and I forgot. I kind of forgot I ran out in the shop of those ones. So we're just gonna match up a drill bit here. Maybe go one size smaller. And we'll put these clips on, get this wire put in. I'm going to be doing the first bay in the back building here, hopefully in the next month or two. I'm gonna get the concrete poured and start building the walls and finishing off the next bay over for the shop. And I'm gonna hang a bunch of cool old porcelain signs and hopefully some neon signs and stuff, if I can find some neon signs at a reasonable price. They are big bucks nowadays. So I don't mind. Some of the porcelain signs and stuff I've bought are pretty beat up, and I like that look. So I wouldn't mind finding a couple porcelain or some neon signs that were a little beat up. I'm okay with that, especially to save some money. But it's going to turn out pretty cool. I got some pretty good ideas on what I want to do back there to the walls and everything, so hopefully it'll look cool. And that all should be on my other channel, so you'll have to check it out if you guys are interested in seeing that get done. I'm going to be getting a tire machine for back there. I already have the balancer, the balancing machine that's in my front garage at the house. Going to be getting a big sandblasting cabinet to use, 6 foot long, so I'll be able to fit anything I need to in there, really. Okay, that's clipped in. So now we have to stick this in here. Got to cut this, and we're going to splice that together. Put my drill bit away real quick, because if I don't, the drill will get knocked over and break that little bit. Grab my cutters and some shrink tube. I'll show you guys the Stargate cabinet in a little bit. It's all dry. I think it turned out pretty nice. A few little imperfections, you know, but nothing I'm worried about. I might break this up into 2 videos. I wanted to do it in one, but I'm extremely tired. I really didn't get any sleep last night, so probably only going to work on this for another half an hour or so tonight. And maybe just wrap it up tomorrow night. I wanted to get it delivered this week. I just a little backed up. That Stargate, painting that Stargate cabinet definitely took longer yesterday than I thought it was going to take. Which that's usually the case with stuff nowadays. It just seems like stuff always takes longer than you think it's going to. So let's go ahead and shrink these connectors here. Plus last night's video I think is an hour and a half long. So I need to kind of shorten them up a little bit, I think. Most people don't watch a lot of the videos. A lot, you know, seems like the average duration is 20-30 minutes. Plus I'm not getting a lot of views lately on a lot of these videos, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, I kind of do the same thing over and over, you know. Pretty much once you restored a few cabinets, it's all the same. Nothing really changes. But I am going to do, somebody has suggested this to me a week ago, and it sounded like a really good idea. Every Sunday, I am going to make a video in the basement, and I'm going to do 5 games that I have finished down there every Sunday. And I'm going to tell you guys where the game came from, what I paid for the game when I got it, what I had to do to the game, and all that stuff. And we'll just do 5 every Sunday until I've gone through all the games that are currently done in the basement. Obviously, there's still a bunch of games out back that I need to do. But I thought it'd be kind of, you know, somebody had mentioned that to me, and I thought it was actually a pretty cool idea to actually go through. Because for the most part, I remember where I've gotten all the games that I can think in my head. So I think it'd be kind of cool to tell the story and what I did to them. And because I've been doing this for 11 years or so. So, I mean, and obviously a lot of games are no longer down there. I've sold them off in the past, you know, a long time ago and stuff like that. And we can talk about some of that stuff too that I've gotten rid of in the past too. You know, maybe after I go through all the games that are currently down there, I'll talk about what I had in the past and what I've sold, you know. Kind of break up the just doing non-stop restoration videos. I gotta go grab an extension because this drill is hitting the side of the cabinet. Or, you know what, maybe I'll go grab my little drill. Okay, I got this little drill here and we can make it straight. So that might help. If not, I'll have to get an extension. But I think it'd be nice to kind of break it up a little bit. There's gotta be, I don't even know how many games are down there. If I were to guess, I think there's about 60, give or take. And then obviously there's still a bunch out back, which I'll be doing restoration videos on. But you know, if there's 60 of them in the basement, 5 a week, it's 12 weeks. That's 3 months of Sunday videos of just talking about 5 per Sunday. So let me know in the comments on this video if that's something you guys would be interested in watching. I'd be more than happy to do them. Okay, that is in. Our wire's hanging down for the speaker. Our marquee light is spliced in to that connector. So now we can get the marquee on. This might be a little bit tricky because that bottom slot, like I said, is tight. I did cut this the other day, several days ago actually now. I cut this stuff on the table saw. It gets a little bit of burrs, but you don't see it. You can rub most of them off. You could take a piece of sandpaper to the edge, but you're not gonna see it when that L bracket on the top covers it. But I mainly wanna clean the inside part of it real quick with some window cleaner. Don't want fingerprints in the inside. You can deal with the ones on the outside afterwards. I do want to get into buying some pinballs in the future. I think once I'm through the arcade games I currently have in the back, I don't know if I'm going to buy any more, to be honest with you. I might transition over to doing some pinballs. Never had a chance to really work on it. I had one pinball machine over 10 years, probably 15 years ago. And it was a Carnival, 70s Carnival pinball. And it was all mechanical, and I personally don't really like those. I want newer, late 80s, 90s era. But I don't know, you know, I don't know what I'll get into. I just don't know. Now this marquee they made too big, so we're gonna have to cut it down, which is fine. I'd rather cut it down than it be too small. Okay, now the easiest way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take this marquee, set it down first. I'll set this on top. I need a flat surface. I'm gonna use the hood of this car. Don't yell at me, guys. It needs to get buffed out still. It's all dusty. Still waiting on a few parts to get this car out of here. But if I'm gentle and I don't slide stuff around, I'm not gonna hurt the paint. There's gonna be car guys screaming at me for this. What are you doing? But this car's got 4 coats of clear. Not gonna hurt it one bit. Now, I don't care if a little bit of this marker shows through on the edge because it gets covered by all the brackets. I'm just gonna take scissors and cut it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. So I'm just gonna take the scissors and get this cut right on that line. I'm actually gonna cut the Sharpie line off. So I'm gonna stop the camera. I don't think you guys wanna watch me cut a marquee down the whole time. Okay, it's cut down. Wipe it off one more time. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to do some pinballs and do some restores. Like I said, I know nothing about them, so it would be a whole new learning experience for me. And I like to learn new things, so I think it would be a real fun to restore some pinballs. Like, I wouldn't mind taking it completely apart, completely rip the playfield apart, clean the playfield, possibly do a clear coat on the playfield if it needs it. I know some people that play pinball, especially people that kind of professionally play pinball or whatever, they kind of frown on clear coating playfield. They say it plays a little differently. But you know what? If it's an older game and the artwork might not be perfect or something, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to do it. I guess I should have picked a thinner piece of plexi. All right, I'm gonna fight with this off camera and see if I can get it to slide into that groove. If not, I'm gonna have to find a thinner piece. I don't know if I have any thinner stuff here. Okay, got it in there. Really wasn't too bad. I stood on my stool and it was a little bit easier to do. Now we gotta get the top bracket, screw this in. Might have to cut this down a little bit more. Let me cut this down a little bit more. Okay, that's done. Looks pretty good. I guess we could put the coin door on. I'm still missing some chutes for the bottom of the coin door. I don't know that I have any. That might be something he has to find. Now, I'm using different nuts on these. The factory used a washer and a nut, but this was a little mismatched here and there. So I'm using new nuts with a built-in washer, and it has a serrated edge. So once it bites into the wood, it'll stay there. I did not poke holes in the vinyl. I'm using the bolt itself to poke the holes through it. Don't tighten any of them until you get all four in. In case you're off a little bit, you can adjust it. I did get some locks for the doors and for the back door. I usually get them at Home Depot, but I was at Tractor Supply the other day and they actually had them, so I just bought them from there. Well, about $6 a piece. They're just desk locks. In my basement, all my locks match. They all have the same key. I bought a bunch of locks on eBay, or maybe it was Amazon, long time ago, the barrel style locks. Okay. Everything is dusty, so I don't know that I have these lower chutes yet. I gotta look and see. I'll blow this off afterwards. One of these are messed up too. I don't think I have a cover for that either. Maybe. No. Is this it? Nope, wrong style. That might be it. That might be it. I think it is. Well, that'll be good. Change that out. Now we gotta put the bottom one on. I'm using new carriage bolts too. I didn't clean the old ones. I have new ones here, so I'm just using the new ones up. Now, this had a metal bracket originally, which I don't think it had it, but it's not really needed for home use. Okay, now this is a little bit trickier by yourself because, well, I can get the top one. By opening the coin door, I can get the top three. If you guys are interested in seeing a bar that I built, it's a curved bar and it is painted with automotive paint. Shiny, like a blue-green color. So it's on my other channel if anybody's interested in seeing it. Turned out real nice. I'm gonna go there tomorrow and finish it up. All right, I'm gonna stop the camera and get this all tightened up. And I'll be back. Okay, that's all bolted on. Now let's do get the control panel bolted up there. We'll put the joystick and stuff in it when it's in the cabinet. I'm not too worried about that. Now, I can't tell you how many times I have bolted a control panel on, upside down on a Williams cabinet. Upside down meaning there's two different ways it can go on. And I'm trying to remember, once again, without going in the basement and looking, how the hinge goes on. I think it goes this way. But I don't remember if you see the hinge or if it goes like this. I think it goes like that. So, whichever way I choose will more than likely be wrong, because that's pretty much how that goes. And now that I'm looking at it, looks like the hinge goes on the back side maybe? I gotta look. I don't remember. I've screwed this up in the past though. But it kind of looks like the hinge goes on the back side. Boy, I don't know. Once again, I gotta go look. Okay, I temporarily kind of mounted the hinge on the bottom of the control panel here. And if I believe I'm right, I looked at one of my videos on bubbles, and from what I'm looking at, this looks like how I did it. This game was tested, inspected May 7th of 1982. Okay, that looks, I think that's right. Looks right. Okay, so now I just got to get this bolted in. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and get this all tightened up. Then we'll put the latches on so we can latch it for now. Okay, let's get the latches put on. I got the control panel on wrong again. All right, I'm gonna have to unfortunately go in the house and look at it. Okay, flip the hinge around. So basically, both sides of the hinge have to show. I don't know why I can't remember that, but I always do that. Okay. That latch is nice and tight. I don't have the piece of plastic that goes here, that goes between the screen bezel and the control panel, but we don't need it in this case. That's a piece of laminated vinyl and stuff like that. It'll be just fine. So it's coming together, guys. It's looking good, I think. I think it's a pretty cool design. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'll see if I can find the rest of those coin door parts. So basically, we need to put the locks on, see if we can find the rest of those coin door parts, wire up the control panel, put the back doors on, and I think we're about done. We're gonna wire up the coin door too. I don't know if I'm gonna wire up the coin mechanisms or not, but I'm gonna at least wire up the lights so that the coin reject buttons light up. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, and we'll do one more video and get this thing wrapped up, just so the video is not real long. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.